태평성대 길이 빛내세 평화천이고 순정의 기쁨이 떠 천년한 날에 영생의 이상향을 나타내도다. 고대 영육대주 천주까지도 억만세 태평성대 길이 빛내세 홍일천이고 사대절 휘날리는 천일국 깃발 천진 천부모님 소망하도다. 고대 영육대주 천주까지도 억만세 태평성대 길이 빛내세 행복천이고.
Let's begin. Today is the 23rd day of the 7th month in the 9th year of Channel Group, August 30, 2021. To begin our day, let's offer our respect and gratitude to our Heavenly Parent and true parents of heaven, earth, and all humankind. 천지인 참 부모님께 경배 바로. Let us recite Kajung Mengse. Let us recite Family Pledge. Number 1. Our family, the honor of Channel Group, pledges to seek a original homeland and build the kingdom of Heavenly Parent on earth and in heaven, the original ideal of creation, by centering on true love. 2. Our family, the honor of Channel Group, pledges to represent and become central to heaven and earth by attending the Heavenly Parent and true parents. We pledge to perfect the beautiful family way of filial sons and daughters in our family, patriots in our nation, saints in the world, divine sons and daughters in heaven and on earth by centering on true love. 3. Our family, the honor of Channel Group, pledges to perfect the 4 great realms of heart, the 3 great kingships and realm of the royal family by centering on true love. 4. Our family, the honor of Channel Group, pledges to build the universal family encompassing heaven and earth, which is Heavenly Parent's ideal of creation, and perfect the world of freedom, peace, unity, and happiness by centering on true love. 5. Our family, the honor of Channel Group, pledges to strive every day to advance the unification of the spirit world and physical world, subject and object partners, by centering on true love. 6. Our family, the honor of Channel Group, pledges to become a family that moves heavenly fortune by embodying the Heavenly Parent and true parents, and to perfect a family that conveys heaven's blessing to our community by centering on true love. 7. Our family, the honor of Channel Group, pledges through living for the sake of others to perfect a world based on the culture of heart, which is rooted in the original lineage by centering on true love. 8. Our family, the honor of Channel Group, pledges, having entered the era of Channel Group, to achieve the ideal of Heavenly Parent and human beings united in love through absolute faith, absolute love, and absolute obedience, and to perfect the realm of liberation and complete freedom in the kingdom of Heavenly Parent on earth and in heaven by centering on true love.
To lead us with the opening prayer, may I request our special youth envoy, Sir Jason Ibo, to lead us the opening prayer.
Please bow down our heads, close our eyes, and please join in my prayer. Uri sarang asinan, har pumunim, sunjain sam pumunim, sung malkam sa kamsamida, saramida. Our most beloved heavenly parents and victorious parents, Father, as we gather here as one family, together with all leaders, brothers and sisters around the world, we really want to invite you to be with us, especially for this wonderful morning in our morning devotion today. We really want to pray for our beloved true mother who are now in Korea, because up until now doing her best to restore all 7.8 billion people around the world, showing to us what is true love is, what is living for the sake of others is, showing what is the real heart of Mother of Peace to all of us, to all human beings in this world. Heavenly parents and true parents, we pray for all the leaders who are doing hard works and sacrifice in order to make you happy and proud, in order to advance the word of restoration here in this physical world. Also, we pray for all brothers and sisters around the world who really want to inherit your true love, trying our best to have filial heart and embody the heart of Yojong, centering to you, our beloved true parents, beloved true mother. Our beloved true mother, we really miss you. We really want to meet you, our beloved true mother. Heavenly parents and true parents, please don't worry. Please don't think alone. We are here. The Heavenly Parents Holy Community is with you, beloved true mother. Every time we will attend in seeing you, even online, we really gain power and inspiration to march forward, whatever our responsibility is. Because we know how much you are doing your utmost best in doing hard works up until now. That's why we really want to do also our utmost best, utmost effort, and always have the determination to make you happy and proud to all of us, even to our simple effort and dedication to you, our beloved true mother. Heavenly parents and true parents, thank you so much, because up until now, we are still alive, becoming grateful of what we're experiencing now, becoming thankful of what we have now and who we are now. The most important is you are always healthy and safe, our beloved true mother. Heavenly parents and true parents, thank you so much for everything, for the blessings that you shower upon us. We really want to do more. We really want to make you happy and proud. We really want to pray, to open our hearts, open our mind, to receive your word through our beloved national leader, Reverend Dr. Leo Anginohalog. Heavenly parents and true parents, thank you so much for everything. Thank you, and we really love you so much. Chongmal kamsa, kamsamida, saramida. This prayer I report in my name, this India Presental family, Aju, Aju, Aju.
Yes, thank you so much, Sir Jason, for leading us with the opening prayer. Now let's offer our sincere individual prayer. Aju. Yes, good morning, Heavenly Parents and True Parents. Good morning to our national leader, Reverend Leo Angelo Halog, to all the leaders, elders, Chombo, blessed families, brothers and sisters, good morning. Welcome to our morning devotion. My name is Naomi Jorge Derecho, a Filipino-Japanese second generation, daughter of Celso and Titsuko Derecho from Mindanao. I am a current member of HJYLT International, and I will be your MC for this day. In this moment, we will have our Hunduka reading to be led to us by a graduate of IPLC, currently with HJYLT. Please help me to welcome Mr. Omer Ornell.
Good morning, every parents and true parents. Good morning, leaders, elders, brothers, and sisters. Okay, for this morning devotion reading came from Mother of Peace, a memoir by Hakjaan Moon. Chapter 10, The Challenge of Realizing a Heavenly Word, continuation. The photo of Hector carried by Moisa Makubo and his sister Antoinette Weffing transformed South Africa and shook the world. The day before the Blessing Festival, I visited the Hector Peterson Memorial in Soweto to pay my respect and offer a prayer for the victims of apartheid and of all racial discrimination. I pray to God, asking for the liberation of the Black race, the painful history of racial discrimination, for the liberation of the student killed and deprived of their hopes and dreams, and for God's blessing of South Africa and Africa. I was particularly moved to see Antoinette, along with 400 youth from throughout South Africa, gather with me at the Hector Peterson Memorial of Prophet the Devil's invitation. The youth danced and sang beautiful song of hope. I felt that these young people were my children. The events of June 2019 created the momentum upon which Prophet Radebe would prepare a blessing ceremony for 100,000 couples in South Africa that December. Archbishop Johannes Danga of Zimbabwe is the chairman of Apostolic Christian Council of Zimbabwe, the largest Christian council in Zimbabwe with thousands of affiliated churches and millions of members. Dr. Yon recognized Archbishop Danga as the third righteous man Father Moon had indicated in his dream. Archbishop Dangan's relation with our movement began with a came to Kenya to offer congratulatory remarks during an interfaith blessing ceremony. As he spoke, the heavens opened and he heard blessing ceremony. He heard, don't just offer congratulatory remarks, receive the blessing as well. Archbishop Danga promptly received the blessing and joyfully came to participate in the 27th Peace Start With Me festival in Madison Square Garden. Archbishop Danga stated, I recognize True Mother as the only begotten daughter, through heaven's revelation. I am grateful to have received the blessing, and I am now sharing the gospel of true parents wherever I go. I hope that true parents' ideal of world peace can be realized. On the eve of the Madison Square Garden Festival, I invited the 3 Golden Key religious leaders to dine with me at our East Garden residence there. Archbishop Daniel said, you are the true mother humankind has eagerly been waiting and longing for. The following day, he testified to other religious leaders about his encounter with me, saying, "True mother is the true mother. I am here, blessed son," inspired by what he experienced in the US. Archbishop Danga returned to Zimbabwe, where he mobilized over 300 bishops from ACC. They, and together with FFWPU leaders, hosted a special Divine Principle workshop and blessing for them. With the support of the government of Zimbabwe, each of those bishops educated and blessed 210 couples. In all, more than 60,000 couples received the blessing. On November 11, 2017, Archbishop Tanga offered congratulatory remarks at the 80,000 Rally of Hope to support the peaceful reunification of the Korean Peninsula at the Sangam World Camp Stadium in Seoul. As he was preparing to go home, he received the news that Zimbabwe was caught up in political upheaval and a change of leadership in government. The political turmoil was severe, with riots in the street and unrest throughout the nation. Archbishop Danga was apprehensive about the situation. When he arrived in Harare, he saw several ministers being apprehended and taken away, yet it was as if no one recognized him. He passed swiftly through the airport and arrived home safely amid the turmoil engulfing the nation. As he was a prominent Christian leader, his life was certainly at risk. He firmly believed that I protected him from harm, testifying it was true mother miracle. In 2018, appointed Archbishop Danga to the position of Chunilgok Special Envoy for Zimbabwe. He responded with determination, saying, "I will dutiful sons who will testify throughout Zimbabwe and Africa to the true mother, as the only begotten daughter of God. All people are God's children. God does not discriminate based on skin color. True parents have blessed Africa as heavenly Africa, and pray for its liberation from past affliction. A new history is being written, one where African families are being reborn as true families through the blessing. This is initiating the change that will raise Africa to become the shining continent of hope for all humankind." Following the inaugural Africa Summit held on January 2018, various nations throughout the African continent expressed a desire to host summit and blessing after nearly 4 decades of mission, work, and on the foundation of the previous year's activities and World Summit 2019. The government of Sao Tome and Principe expressed a strong desire to host initiative throughout the country, including a summit, a blessing festival, and a youth of student for peace festival. Aju.
Thank you so much, Mr. Omer, for leading us the Honduke reading. Now, to offer his 10 points of gratitude, he is a graduate of IPLC with HJYLT, Mr. Julius Baguod. Let's welcome him with a virtual round of applause. Welcome.
Can you hear me?
Yes, clear and sound.
Yes. So good morning, brothers and sisters, leaders. So this is my 10 points of gratitude. So first, I'm so grateful and thankful for heavenly parents and true parents. Because of them, actually, we find and see the future in our life. And true parents give us a second chance to make our life become perfect. And second, so I'm so grateful for our hardworking true mother. Because of her guidance, inspiration, I could really do, we could really do our portion of responsibility, not only responsibility, but also the goal of our heavenly parents and true parents. So, third, I'm grateful for our national leader, Sir L.A., and our Vice President of Asia Pacific too, Sir Julius Malikdem, and all the leaders. Through their inspiration, guidance, and prayers, we easily comfort the heart of God and true parents. So, number 4, I'm grateful for my spiritual father. So, special mention Tito Pitts Warren Saliling. Because of them, I meet my precious brothers and sisters in LTP that time. Most of the time, I know also true parents. So, number 5, I'm grateful for all my commanders, captains, brothers and sisters here in YLT. So because of them, my heart grew and become patient. So number 6, I'm grateful for all the teachers during my study time in IPLC. Because of their teaching, I really learned a lot. IPLC teachers teach not only in academic, but only teachers in heart, because IPLC gives a balanced education. So number 7, I'm grateful for all, actually my classmates during our study, because actually we sacrifice a lot, because as a self-supporting student, it's not easy in IPLC. But because of the training of in LTP, I know how to reach for my tuition fee, and I know how to become independent person. So number 8, so I'm grateful for all the training, sacrifices, memories when I was in a frontline mission. So number 9, I'm grateful also for my physical family. Because of them, actually, I make my dream in life, and I need to accomplish that dream for us to become a successful, centering on heavenly parents and true parents. Last at the most, actually, I'm so grateful for all my leaders, commanders, brothers, and sisters. Because of you, my life became better. So, thank you. Aju.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Julius, for sharing your 10 points of gratitude. Truly, gratitude is not just a word for a day, but should be lived for every day. For the offering song, please help me to welcome one of the staff of HPHC-YLT, a precious sisters from the land of Fiji, who regards herself as Fijian by blood but Filipino by heart. Please help me to welcome Sister Vasiti Lawa Kelly.
Hello everyone! My name is Vasiti Kelly. I'm a current member of HJYLT International. I am from a small country called Fiji. It's near Australia and New Zealand. It has been more than a year now since living in the Philippines, and I really love Tagalog songs. Although I don't have the voice as you do as Filipinas, but I really hope you could feel my heart through this song that I just learned. Thank you so much and enjoy. Minsan madarama mo, kaibigan, masuluhan. O di kaya ako'y tawahagin. Malalaman mong kahit kailan hawak kamay, di kita iwan sa paglabay. Dito sa mundo wala katiyakan, hawak kamay, di kita bibitawan sa paglalakbay. Sa mundo ng kawalan, minsan madarama mo ang mundo'y gumuguho sa ilang ng iyong mga paa. At ang agos ng problema tinatangyakan. Tumingin ka lang sa langit, baka sakali may masuluhan. Di kaya ako'y tawahanin. Malalaman mong kahit kailan hawak kamay, di kita iwan sa paglabay. Dito sa mundo wala katiyakan, hawak kamay, di kita bibitawan sa paglalakbay. Sa mundo ng kawalan, huwag mong sabihin nag-isa ka. Laging isipin may kakasama. Narito ako, narito ako. Hawak kamay, di kita iwan sa paglabay. Dito sa mundo wala katiyakan, hawak kamay, di kita bibitawan sa paglalakbay. Sa mundo ng kawalan, sa mundo ng kawalan. Hawak kamay, hawak kamay, hawak kamay. Sa mundo ng kawalan.
Wow! Thank you so much, Sister Varsity, for your offering song. Now, to revive our spiritual body for this new heavenly day, please help me to welcome our hardworking, loving, and father figure of the Philippines, no other than our national leader, Reverend Dr. Leo Angelo Halog, with a virtual round of applause.
Thank you very much, our sister Naomi. First, I would like to greet our Heavenly Parents and True Parents. Good morning, our Heavenly Parents and True Parents. To all our beloved leaders, Chanbo families, Los Central families, beloved brothers and sisters, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Thank you very much once again for joining our morning devotion. Yeah, it was a great weekend, actually these 2 days. Thank you to our YLT for hosting today's morning devotion. Yeah, thank you for our sister Varsity for that wonderful Tagalog offering song. She is now really becoming Filipino. I think more than 1 year already in the Philippines. Her heart is already a heart of Filipino. Thank you, Varsity. And also our brother Julius, thank you for sharing your 10 points of gratitude. Yeah, so today is another week. Yeah, for Saturday and Sunday, we have received so much love and inspiration from our Heavenly Parent and True Parents. I know everyone is very inspired, right? I think we are really full of inspiration for the weekends, especially that we met our beloved True Mother. We could receive directly the precious message from our beloved True Mother, and also the substantial results of True Parents' work through the testimonies of our elder blessed families, Chonbo families. Really, it was very inspiring. And also yesterday, we could celebrate the 29th blessing anniversary and 26th blessing anniversary of our beloved elder members, the 360,000 couples. It was truly inspiring to see the result. They're wonderful families. These are really substantial. We are truly grateful to Heavenly Parent and true parents. So today I will be sharing with you from True Mother's autobiography. Today I would like to share this topic entitled A Flower Called Sacrifice. And let us study more together our True Mother's words. True Mother said, our church was filled with brides and bridegrooms. It was 1961, and our church was filled with brides and bridegrooms standing solemnly side by side, each bride holding a bouquet. Outside the gate, however, angry parents gathered. Through the windows came the clamor of raised voices. I'm absolutely against this wedding. Stop it at once. How on earth can you think this is a real marriage? They energized each other with their outrage. That Mr. Moon took my daughter to marry her off like this. I will never give my consent. Let her out of there. One of them even threw coal ashes over the gate, dirtying the wedding gown of a beautiful bride. So while I'm reading these words of True Mother, I remember really the history of the blessing that now we are all enjoying. So we could listen to wonderful testimonies, beautiful families of now even 3, 4, and even there are 4 generations already. We could see the beauty now of the blessing, right? Even our own Filipino families, our 30,000, 360,000 couples, really cannot explain. Cannot explain the joy, the happiness in our hearts. Seeing beautiful families. I really am thinking, in the future, one day. Of course, there are some studies, but later on, it will really become. There will be very beautiful materials later on, centering on the blessing, centering on the families, the actual results of the blessing. So for sure, the works of our beloved true parents, this will really become really highlighted more and more later on. The whole world will going to, want to know the great thing that true parents have brought in this world. So learning, the history of our blessing. So Mother was sharing here that in 1961, right, in our headquarters church in Chongpadong. So we read from True Mother's autobiography. It was not easy during the time, right? But can you imagine the overcoming that our true parents have gone through together with the early members? Can you imagine during the blessing ceremony, the parents of the bride and groom, they are outside actually, right? And then they are very angry, but still no one could stop, because this is God's will, right? Because through the blessing, this is through the blessing that, true families will be born, ideal families will be born and can be established. So thinking about, the course that our true parents, elder families have gone through, how much grateful we are this time standing in this kind of foundation, especially now us, our young members, right? Can you imagine before? It's not easy. So difficult, really, life and death, right? But true parents could overcome everything. And now we are standing in this great foundation. We're truly, really grateful, right? So Mother was sharing their experience in 1961. But despite, the opposition from the parents of the bride and groom, our members, they couldn't stop, because this is God's providence, this is God's will. Aju, Mother said that the blessing ceremony is a manifestation of God's love and truth. When the Unification Church conducted its first large wedding ceremony, many throughout Korea stood in vehement opposition. Parents opposed to the wedding turned the neighborhood around our church, where the newlyweds should have been congratulated, into a place of pandemonium. There are no words to describe how severely we were attacked and maligned at that time. Yet we overcame the hurt and embraced the opposition. We have conducted what we call the blessing ceremony for over half a century, blessing in marriage hundreds of thousands of couples of all races, nations, and religions throughout the world. This is a testimony to the fact that the blessing ceremony is a manifestation of God's love and truth. So just, reading, we cannot imagine, the course that really in the beginning, especially our elder blessed families have gone through. Instead of being congratulated, what happens? Their blessing is like, a chaos. Father said, instead of, the newlywed should have been congratulated into a place of pandemonium, like a chaos. So there are no words to describe how severely we were attacked and maligned at that time. So they were, defamed how much our brothers and sisters. Mother said, yet we overcame the hurt and embraced the opposition. So we have conducted the blessing ceremony over half a century, blessing in marriage hundreds of thousands of people from different races, nations, and religions throughout the world. So this is just, a testimony to the fact that the blessing ceremony is a manifestation of God's love and truth. So really now, already, especially when 30,000 couples was blessed, and then 360,000 couples, one of the, really biggest events. Of course, we have the 40 million, 400 million, all these blessing events, but really it was very historical, in Korea. The Seoul Stadium was used, and really it was a history. This time, whenever we look at the pictures, we cannot imagine, and then the feeling, especially those who really participated, our elder members. Yesterday, maybe they again remember their feeling during the time, and then really this will be a great pride of our movement, great pride of all brothers and sisters, of your children, our children, especially the children of those who belong to 30,000 and 360,000 couples. Truly, the blessing, Mother said, is a testimony to the fact that this is a manifestation of God's love and truth. So now, we could see now very wonderful and loving second generation. Already they are grown up. Some of them already have their own children. So already 3 generations, and then already some, we have 4 generations now. Really, this will really become later on the center of our nations, and really become the center of the world. One day, the government will come after us, right? Through this substantial work of our beloved true parents. So true parents didn't just work, something that is like, parang hindi makita in reality, but really the work of true parents now is being transformed into substance, right? The theory, the philosophy that true parents have brought is now being shown into substance through ideal families, our wonderful families, right? Really seeing this reality now, really kingdom of heaven will really be realized substantially one day, right? Even in True Mother's lifetime. That's why True Mother is really working very hard, right? Continuously encouraging us. So yesterday, True Mother again shared precious words, and again emphasizing the importance and value of becoming a Chonbo family, right? So really becoming a model in our society, and then not only stopping from making ideal family, but how to multiply and really raise up at least 430 families to also become like us. Aju, really one day, True Parents investment will really really bear fruit substantially, that it can truly make a nation of Channel Book substantial, and then really make this world a heavenly unified world. So we are truly grateful to our true parents. So the blessing is truly the manifestation of God's love and truth. So in our family, so that we receive the blessing, we can really feel heavenly parents' love, seeing our children, right? And then also children towards their parents, how much now our second generation are truly grateful to their parents. And then also parents to their children. Really, this is where we can really experience substantially heavenly parents' love, right? And true parents' love through our families because of the blessing. Aju? True Mother said, the blessing ceremony is a sacrament rooted in single-minded devotion. So the marriage blessing ceremony conducted by true parents is a sacrament rooted in single-minded devotion. It is a ceremony of true love, and true love embodies sacrifice. A poet once said, love is the pain of giving up myself. We cannot achieve true love without offering ourselves. Man is born for woman, and woman for man. Naturally and joyfully, we should sacrifice ourselves for our beloved. This is nowhere more evident than in our cross-cultural marriages. Really cannot explain how amazing it is. Mother said this is nowhere more evident than in our cross-cultural marriages. So Mother said the blessing ceremony is a sacrament rooted in a single-minded devotion. So it is a ceremony of true love, and true love embodies sacrifice. So, there will be no true love without sacrifice. That's why when we talk about true love, it's not only, as what ordinary people or fallen people perceive true love is, but actually true love embodies sacrifice. Love cannot be true if there's no sacrifice, right? That's why Mother is saying here that there's one poet that said, love is the pain of giving up myself. So, in order to love others, especially your spouse, you have to really give up yourself, right? Mother is explaining that really we were born, man is born for woman, woman is born for man. And then, this is very important, Mother said, naturally and joyfully, we should sacrifice ourselves for our beloved. So this is the most important. When we sacrifice, it should be natural and we should be joyful. We should be happy sacrificing ourselves. There are people, they are sacrificing, but they are complaining. So that is not true love. It doesn't mean you sacrifice already, that is true love, right? That's why even us, we are doing our mission sometimes, but if we keep on complaining, if we are not happy, if it's not natural for us, then this is not true love. So it doesn't mean, we are already, we are full-time, we're doing our mission, but if our heart is always filled with complaint, we are doing our mission, but we keep on complaining, we keep on criticizing others, we keep on, doing all this and mentioning all these negative things, then it's not actually true love. Mother is saying that really true love is something that is natural and you are happy doing it. You are happy sacrificing, right? So now, especially if you are full-time, or maybe already for a long time, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, then it should be more natural for us. And then we should be happy in what we are doing, sacrificing. Then we can say this is really true love. Then actually the more we do it, the more we become happy, right? The more it becomes natural for us. That's why people, who couldn't really do it happily or naturally, then what happens? They lose power, right? They lose inspiration, and then eventually what happens? They, they just keep these negative things and feelings and emotions. What happens? It kills them actually. So that's why parents said that, complaint is a poison to our spirit, right? So really, what is true love? True love is something that you do naturally and really you do happily. The same is true, when you join the matching. Can you imagine you will be meeting someone from another race, someone from another country. So we have to really sacrifice ourselves, Mother said, naturally and joyfully for our beloved, for our spouse. Then with that kind of attitude and really practice, that is the way to really establish, true and lasting relationship of love between husband and wife, right? And really we can really build ideal family. So mother said, this is nowhere more evident than in our cross-cultural marriages. Truly amazing, our cross-cultural marriages. We could see, so many couples from different, nations, Thai, Filipino, Filipino-Japanese, Filipino-Korean, really amazing families. Only true parents have done this. No one on earth. So that's why only also through this that the ideal world can really be established. Kingdom of heaven that all people are really longing for can only be realized through these cross-cultural marriages. That's why how fortunate we are, how lucky we are. That's why also our young brothers and sisters, they really need to prepare very well. How important the blessing is, right? So this is truly amazing. So very important, our devotion, sabi ni True Mother, our single-minded devotion. We have to really understand deeply the value of the blessing. That's why whatever difficulties, so maybe when we listen from testimonies of our elder blessed families, really we can see how much, because of their love to true parents, their love and devotion to Heavenly Parent, they could overcome everything. This is the most important, our single-minded devotion. Mother said, our members' absolute faith. You have graduated from a prominent university and you have a good job. Think about it. The person who is to be your spouse is of a different race and her family lives halfway around the world. Are you going to go through with this? When asked such a question, most people will waver. Our members, on the other hand, immediately answer, yes, I will. I am thankful to do this because it is for a great purpose. Truly amazing. Can you imagine this kind of spirit? The spirit of our elder members. Centering on the matching, right? They never, now some of us, we have gone through university, mataas ang pinag-aralan natin, when we join the matching, sometimes, very difficult for, of course, now not anymore true parents is matching themselves, right? But true parents representatives, it's the same, even though it's not anymore directly, because true parents cannot do this on their own. Actually, originally parents, now for our second generation, already parents is doing it, right? And then for first generation, of course, because of the foundation, ngayon, there is already time period, right? But actually, even though there's time period for you to think about, once you join the matching, whoever will God give, you have to keep absolute faith. This is the most important in building ideal family, in building really beautiful relationship. Most important is our absolute faith, absolute love, absolute obedience. It's not how prominent the person you will be matched to, gaano kataas yung napag-aralan ng mamamatch sa akin. That's why people who has high educational, may taas na pinag-aralan, very difficult sometimes because of their shallow understanding about the value of the blessing. Kaya nga ngayon, we have to really, I'm grateful sa Blessed Family Department natin. Continuously, they are educating our blessed families, young blessed families, our candidates. This is very, very important. Education about the blessing. So whoever will be our, our young brothers and sisters who are preparing for the blessing. Sometimes, when we look at, sa situation ng matching natin ngayon, many are, marami yung na-match, naghiwalay, na-match ilang beses nang na-match, hindi pa rin. Because of our understanding of the value of the blessing. Mother is saying here, as our members said, our members on the other hand, immediately answer, yes, I will, when they were asked. Sabi ni Mother, when such people were asked with this question, sabi nila, most people will waver, but not us. Hindi dapat tayo as members or members of our unification family, our holy Heavenly Parents, holy community. When you join the matching, dapat your whole heart should be there. Whoever will be your spouse, right? Only Heavenly Parents knows the best for you. Hindi tayo. Kaya nga nag-join ng matching, you let Heavenly Parent, give you the best. Adyo? That's why you join the matching. That's why this education is truly the most important.
We have to really understand how valuable it is, how important it is. Only God knows, hindi dapat yung external appearance ng tao ang tinitignan natin, hindi yung na-accomplish niya. That's why until this time, we have many brothers and sisters joining the matching. So now I was involved directly, but sometimes when I look at these brothers and sisters natin, really very not easy actually because of their lack of understanding. Unlike before sa mga elders natin, right? That's why true mother, that's why this is the most important now. Our understanding about the value and importance, why we are joining the matching, why we need to receive the blessing. So actually, we are marrying for world peace. Even I, when I join the matching, I keep this in my mind. Even I will going to have a spouse from Africa. As long as my spouse will be a woman, then I will be very grateful. Whoever that woman will be, right? Because I'm marrying, I'm joining this for world peace, for greater purpose, not for myself, right? So if you are just thinking of yourself, actually, no need to join the matching if you are just thinking of yourself, right? But we are joining for world peace, right? How to bring the world together, how to bring the nation together as one, centering on the matching, on the blessing. Aju, that's why our young brothers and sisters need to understand, why are you joining the matching? It's not about the person who will be matched for you, right? But really later on you will going to see. Now, just look at our blessed families. Really amazing. Of course, there are also some, that didn't succeeded in their matching, in their blessing, but actually it's not because of anything. It's because of our portion of responsibility. That's why, do not look at, kasi nga ganito, ganyan, sila nga nagpa-match ganito. Actually, it's not like that. It is our portion of responsibility. Pag may mga hindi naging successful na matching, na blessing, it's not because of anyone. It's not because of, anybody. It is because of person's portion of responsibility. Kaya nga tayo may portion of responsibility. Aju, if everybody will really do their best to fulfill our portion of responsibility, whatever situations we can succeed. Especially sa matching, sa blessing natin. Right? So now we can see very beautiful families. When I look at them, really, what kind of world really true parents is really building substantially now. Right? This is truly kingdom of heaven. One day, blessed families. Tayo naman talaga, we are the center. Blessed families. We will become chonbo families, right? That's why our own ideal family will be multiplied, will be spread in our community. Really, I cannot explain more how amazing the blessing is. To be matched, to go to this course of matching. Really amazing. Can you imagine? You put your life in God's hand. How much heavenly parents can bless you? Can you imagine? You completely forget yourself. You just, let God guide your life and just determine, can you imagine how much fortune your family, your descendants will be receiving in the future? Aju, really amazing. That's why we have to really, for our young brothers and sisters who are preparing for the matching and for the blessing, you have to really think you are not doing this for yourself. Aju, if you have this kind of mind, anybody, whether it's a Filipino or an African, anyone, they are God's son, they are God's daughter given to you. How come you reject them? Right? How come you reject someone God gave you? If you listen from testimonies, our elders, in the beginning, really not easy. That's true. Magkaiba, lalo na pag magkaiba ng bansa. Pareho ang Pilipino, hindi magkaintindihan. Tapos pag na-match ka pa from ibang nation, right? Ibang race, ibang nationality. But of course, in the Philippines, kahit kasi isang nation tayo, we came from different backgrounds, right? Tapos ang daming din sa atin. Iba-ibang, alam nyo yung based sa place kung saan ka isinila. Talagang a lot of differences. But when you come together as one, you know how beautiful we are in God's eyes, Aju, our blessed families. Kaya nga, really, this is very, very important. We have to really, our young brothers and sisters, please really understand. why you are joining the matching. What is the purpose of this? So that one day, world peace can be realized. That our nation can become a nation of Chonilguk. Aju, that's why it's not for us. Why we are joining the matching, why we are receiving the blessing. Aju, this is really, really important. Whoever you are, ano man ang na-accomplish mo, always think that, I hope that the person that God will give me can accept me, so that we will prepare always ourselves. Right? Do not think that someone that I wanted, but think of, I hope that the person will be matched to me, can accept me for who am I. Aju, and then continue to work on developing, improving ourselves, especially our love, our faith to Heavenly Parent and true parents. This is the most important. Aju? So Mother said, intercultural and interracial families are the key to world peace. So the unification movement teaches that intercultural, interracial families are the key to world peace. During my husband's life, most of our members requested that he and I arrange their marriage for the purpose of their making a complete offering of their lives to God. In many cases, if not most, they knew that this meant they would be dedicating their life to someone who is quite different from them, who might not speak their language or know their culture. They wanted their marriage to be grounded in nothing but God, true parents, and the principles of peace. Our brides and bridegrooms requested this path with gratitude, but their parents sometimes desperately opposed it. It was the parents of the thousands of Korean-Japanese couples that face the greatest difficulty. So, Mother said, intercultural and interracial families are the key to world peace. That is really true. We could see now substantially, right? Really amazing. That's why, please don't think, our young brothers and sisters, of choosing your spouse. Can you imagine now the world? Please make, please study the world now. Make a research. These people, now the divorce rate in Western countries around 80 to 85% and continuously increasing. Now in the Philippines, they're trying to pass a bill already, and then that they wanted also to make the absolute divorce in our country. So that's why we need to pray a lot. We need to do something to protect, So can you imagine these people who are marrying, they are choosing their spouse. They are choosing their spouse. That what happens? After some time, they separate, look for another, and then after some time, they separate again. Can you imagine? This will become a tragedy if you choose your spouse. This will become a tragedy like all others outside. Because you do not know who is the best for you. Only Heavenly Parent knows that. That's why the only thing we need to keep is our absolute faith, absolute love, and absolute obedience. Don't worry. Do your best. Heavenly Parents will give you the best. So now, we can hear now a lot of testimonies from our elder families. God gave me the best spouse that I could never have, right? If I choose myself, I will never going to have the best spouse in the world. I can never have the best wife in the world if I choose my own. But because I let Heavenly Parent, who is the all-knowing, right? He knows the best for me. That's why now I could have the best wife in the world. And you all, our blessed families here, can really testify in front of the world, in front of our nation, in front of all people, how much Heavenly Parents have given us the best spouse in the world. Because Heavenly Parents and true parents knows. Aju, this is really amazing, right? So really, please, let Heavenly Parent choose your spouse, prepare yourself very well, and let God, give you the best that you deserve. Right? We are all God's children. Always Heavenly Parents wanted the best for us. Aju? So do not be part of the tragedy that the world is experiencing now. What is that? People are choosing their own way. What happens? Aju? That's why the only way to really substantially build Kingdom of Heaven is through intercultural, interracial. Right? The matching, the blessing ceremony of our true parents. Aju? So even though it's not easy, can you imagine how much true parents, saved Japan? Can you imagine these two really very serious enemy nation? Right? Mother said here, it was the parents of the thousands of Korean Japanese couples that faced the greatest difficulty. We have, many, testimonies. Sabi ng mga magulang ng Japanese or ng Korean, ayaw naming makapagkaroon ng son or daughter-in-law from Japan. how much they, pinahirapan ng mga Koreans in the past. But because of true parents, can you imagine thousands? Most of those who gave their testimonies, actually, the yesterday and the other day, these are Korean and Japanese couples. Can you imagine? Our elder blessed families, actually most of them, Korean, Japanese. Because of this now, Korea and Japan could become, united again, right? Then they could, eliminate, can you imagine this resentment? Kung hindi ito ma-resolve, can you imagine the generations continues? Korean and Japanese, especially Koreans, their resentment towards Japanese, right? But because of true parents, they could now resolve this. Ngayon, it's very free na. Korea, Japan, go very, quickly. Even tayo rin, Filipino, Japanese. Can you imagine if this will not be resolved? It will be, mamanahin pa ito ng mga anak natin, right? That's why really amazing our true parents. This is really their substantial, results of establishing a world of peace through the blessing, through intercultural, interracial, marrying one person from enemy nation, then bringing everything into one. Aju, really amazing. Cannot imagine. Really amazing, our true parents. So mother said, many parents felt the same from their side of divide. So one Korean father represented many when he wrote to my husband, when I think about what we suffered under Japanese colonial rule, my blood still boils. So to think that my son will marry the daughter of our enemy nation, I will never accept a Japanese daughter-in-law into our family. Never. Can you imagine? So many parents of the Japanese brides felt the same from their side of divide. So this is the reality. That's why, but we heard already a lot of testimonies in Korea, how much the Japanese daughters-in-law won the heart of their parents-in-law, the Korean parents-in-law. So now they became model families. They receive an award not only from our church, from the government of Korea. Wow, truly amazing. Later on, all people will really honor our true parents. No one on earth could do this amazing work, right? Really bringing peace substantially in the world, in our nations. Aju, our really true parents, they are really the Savior. They are really the Messiah. They are really the only begotten son and daughter, right? They are the ones solving all problems in the world now. Aju, that's why together with our true mother, we are working together and really building a peaceful world. So mother said, peaceful world come only when we love our enemies. So Jesus said, love your enemy. Most people admit that a peaceful world will come only when we love our enemies. Nonetheless, it is not easy for most of us to translate Jesus' words into action. Some brides and grooms bit their lips as they took part in these joint wedding ceremonies. Their course was by no means smooth as they prepared for their marriage and spent the first years of their lives together. But their commitment to live for a purpose beyond themselves, centered on God, gave them the strength necessary to liquidate the underlying terrible history of their two nations that had been enemies. They were able to dissolve this bitter root through coming to understand each other and healing each other's pain. So, Christian people, they always say, these words of Jesus, but the reality, they couldn't practice this, right? Loving one's enemy, but continuously they are fighting. Even religious leaders are fighting among each other. So really to transform this, it's not easy, mother said, but if we do this, this will really bring about a peaceful world. Aju? So what is the best way now to really, practice this? Through the matching, through the blessing. Marrying from one nation to another. Marrying someone from the enemy nation. This is the best way to practice these words of Jesus of loving your enemy. Aju? That's why, once you submit yourself, you join the matching. So already you are ready to love your enemy. So we are practicing these teachings of Jesus, right? That's why, for us also that was married to Japan, right? It's not easy because really Philippines and Japan, they are enemy nation. But now also true parents have blessed many Japanese to many Filipinos. So now what happens now? So this block between Japan and Philippines is now slowly crumbling down, right? And then now, Japan and Philippines also becoming completely one. Aju, really, can you imagine this substantial work of our true parents? Really, when someone loves their enemy, then peaceful world will come about. Aju, that's why really the best way to really love our enemies, matching is the greatest blessing. Through going through this formula course, we have to really prepare ourselves well. That's why kaya tayo nag-undergo ng training. Loving people through our fundraising mission, through our witnessing mission. Because ultimately, when you join the matching, you will be matched to someone maybe opposite from you. Character, way of life, or ganito, completely different. That is now the time for you to use the things that you gain in your training. Kaya nga tayo nagtitraining. Bago sa blessing, kailangan nating dadaan. In the past, they need to go through 3 years of fundraising, 3 years of witnessing, 7 years dati bago ma-bless ang mga elders natin. But because of the foundation na nanalay, for us, ngayon 6 months to 1 year lang, pwede nang ma-bless. Right? But without training of loving other people, through fundraising, through witnessing, when you meet your spouse, when you join the matching, it's not easy. That is the reality. Kaya nga kailangan nating maghanda, kailangan nating mag-prepare. We have to really love a lot of people. Right? And then later on, substantially, you have to do it. You have to practice it with your spouse. Aju? Then this is, especially if you were matched to someone, from our enemy nation. Really, what Jesus' words, we have to really practice loving our enemy. This is the greatest. And then this is the way that we're going to bring about peaceful world, the kingdom of heaven in our nations and in the world. Aju? Aju. That's why really today Mother is sharing to us a flower called sacrifice. That's why Mother is reminding us that in our life of faith, in our life, we have to really sacrifice. We have to forget ourselves. In building kingdom of heaven, a lot of sacrifice is needed. In making our nation a nation of channel book, all of us members, we have to sacrifice more than anyone, even more than the president of this nation, right? Even more than the public officials of this nation, we have to sacrifice more than them. This is the only way for us to build kingdom of heaven to this nation. In order for us to really make this a nation of channel book, our country, we need to sacrifice continuously until this time, until channel book can be realized. So for the heavenly unified world to come about, right? How much through parents, how much through mother sacrifice for her to proclaim the firm settlement of channel book, need to restore 7 nations and 7 denominations, right? We cannot imagine. That's why tayo po ngayon is still, we need to sacrifice. So that is the only way for us to realize kingdom of heaven in our nation and in the world. Aju, that's why today, through Mother, have shared to us this amazing, work of really substantially sacrificing through loving one's enemy, through the matching, through the blessing. Aju, that's why this is really the best way to really realize a peaceful world. Aju, so let's really do our best and continue to really unite completely with True Mother, and then with greater determination each day that is willing to sacrifice even more than we have sacrificed before. Aju, so with this kind of heart and determination and with unity with our true parents, then we can surely establish, substantial channel group, beautiful families, right? And then naturally our nation can really become a nation where all people can really be joyful and happy. And then one point is, through sacrificing, we have to sacrifice joyfully and naturally. Aju, this is true love, what Mother is saying. Aju, so let's do our best, right? The more we sacrifice, the more happier we will become. Aju, the more your family sacrifice and work for others, the more your family will be happier. This is the principle. Aju, that's why let's really do our best, sacrifice more, and then we will also be more happier, and then we can really transform our community and then our nation and really make really a channel group for our nation and for the world. So once again, let's really appreciate our beloved true parents, our true mother. Thank you very much for this precious guidance today. Thank you very much, our beloved brothers and sisters. May heavenly parents love and blessings be always upon you and your families. 감사합니다.
Thank you so much, Reverend Leo, for such an inspiring guidance on the topic A Flower Called Sacrifice. Truly, blessing is a sacrifice between two persons who are offering their lives for heavenly parents and true parents. For the sharing of reflection, we have two assigned person. However, if you wish to share your heart for this morning, please let me know through the chat box. So now I will call the first reflector. She is a precious second generation, a Filipino-Japanese second generation from the land of Antipolo, a current member of HGYLT. Please help me to welcome our sister Nao Silong with a virtual round of applause.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, clear and sound.
Yes. Good morning, Heavenly Parents and friends. Good morning, ancestors, spiritual station. Good morning, leaders, elders, brothers, and sisters. Yes. So first of all, I would like to thank Sir Eli once again for giving such a wonderful message about sacrifice. Yes, when he said the part about true love is naturally given and we don't expect anything in return and it should be given joyfully and happily. It reminded me reading in Chon Song-yong about offering. Like they said that, True Father said in Chon Song-yong that, when you offer things, we should not expect anything in return and we should forget that we have been the giver. And for example, even if that person, you gave 100 and even if that person burned the money or do anything with that money, it doesn't matter because you offered. Yeah, so we should not think I realize that I should not think where for example, while fundraising, I must not think where will this money be used for, or I use. For example, when I will donate to the street children, I should not think, like where this money will be used for what purpose, or what will they do with that money. Yeah, like that. At least I offered. That's what, like this message really reminded me. Also, same with restoring people. Like, for example, when we will do fundraising or witnessing, if my motivation is, yes, not restoring people, but more on externals. No matter how high is my result, I can never restore that people. Yeah. So when I read that passage from our reading in Chon Song Yung, I really tried my best to put that in my mind and apply it in during fundraising. That's why I think training is really good because yes yes, training is really good because you can immediately apply the word like that. So I'm really grateful to be here in YLC. Yes, because I can really practice. Uh, practice the words and apply it. Because also one thing that struck me in the previous morning Mundokyo was the way to unite with Heavenly Parents is to unite with the word. This part really struck me because I was really struggling and thinking and praying like how can I unite with you Heavenly Parents like that. But yes, I realized that I was not really practicing the word. And of course, I cannot connect with Heavenly Parents, unite with Heavenly Parents, because I was not united with the words of Heavenly Parent and True Parent first. Yes. So, and another thing uh, I reflected within myself is, yes, as a second and as a person who knows Heavenly Parent and True Parent already, I realized that, I really need to deny myself. Yes. this is really true because although we are all, I'm already second gen, then they say I'm like the direct lineage, but yeah, of heavenly parents like that. I still have a lot of fallen natures, and I am still like somehow within the side of Satan. Yeah, so to overcome this, I really need to deny myself and to surrender myself before heavenly parents. Yeah, because this is the only way where we can really restore ourselves and go back to heavenly parents. Yeah. So also one of my internal goals during fundraising is uh, really deny myself because we have chulbal before we start our fundraising. And I'm always shouting to deny myself like that. But although I'm shouting this every fundraising day, it's really hard to deny myself because yes, I still struggle within myself and mm, a lot of my fallen natures is really strong. So yes, through this training, not only in this training, but yes, I really want to push myself to do more and is to push myself to overcome my fallen natures and limitations to be able to contribute more after, especially after this training. It's because like what our captains and leaders always tell us, we should struggle during the training so that after the training, we will not have to struggle with our problems right now and be able to help more. Yes, that's also because my one of my motivation of joining YLP is to because I want to be able to understand heavenly parents more, to unite with them more, and to also help my fellow brothers and sisters and to contribute more. Yes, so I really need to keep in mind that hmm, that I should not lose to myself. Then yes, I should really deny myself. Yes, yes. So as a second gen, as a person who's living in this era right now, yeah, I really felt that we really have a very big responsibility, especially through mother is still here. Especially, we are still not living in the ideal world. Yeah, so I realized through the message that we really need to offer ourselves, sacrifice ourselves before Heavenly Parent and True Parents to be able to really uh, fulfill Chonel Book, Kingdom of Heaven on Earth. Yes, and to make Heavenly Parents happy to really fulfill True Mother's dream. Yes, I think that's all. Thanks so much.
Yes, thank you so much, our sister Nao, for your sharing. Now, for the second reflector, he is one of the HJYLT staff and also a precious second generation. Please help me to welcome our brother, Mr. Hanjin Kachi Himay, with our virtual round of applause.
Yes. So, good morning, Heavenly Parents, your parents. Good morning, sisters. Good morning, Creation. Good morning, Sir LA, to all the leaders and brothers and sisters, elders, brothers and sisters. Good morning. Yes. So today it's really a wonderful topic at the same time, and yeah. First of all, I'd like to thank our Sir LA for reminding us for such a wonderful significance of about meaning about the blessing at the same time. I really reflected a lot actually about this one, and I also remember my parents' time, and then actually like hearing this, I just realized that I'm still immature. I still need to learn a lot because yeah, before I really am so ungrateful. I'm more ungrateful before, like I don't understand the sacrifices of my parents at the same time, like how my parents sorry, how they sacrifice their life for blessing, that I blame them so much. I blame them so much that why our life is like this. That one, why you sacrifice, you only have 1 year in your studies, but why did you go in blessing? Like I even blame the blessing, that one, why did you attend the blessing in Korea? Just for that, and our life became like this because we didn't finish college, like that one. I blame my parents about that one. But that's why this topic strike me a lot because of how immature also I am. So I just want to say sorry and thank you to my parents, mama and papa. I'm sorry for my attitude before, that I really don't understand your sacrifices and how you raise us up, how you sacrifice your work, the time for mission. At the same time, really so thankful and grateful about it, that even until now, actually, sometimes I argue with my parents. I told my parents, because my parents is also pushing me to go to processing, going to America, because matching is there, like that one. Because my uncle upset also, and then I'm making many excuses. I'm making a lot of things that I want to do this and that one. I need to prepare more myself, like that one. But in reality, I'm just like escaping at the same time. So hearing the significance and the importance of blessing, I'm so thankful and grateful. It's like what Sir LA said, that no matter how strong you are, no matter how dedicated you are to the mission, to Heavenly Parents, to parents, no matter how much you're reading, morning devotion conditions, no matter how good you are lecturing, fundraising, witnessing, but if you didn't receive blessing in the end, then it's all fruitless. And then yes, I argue with my parents. Okay, ma, I just want to do mission, ma. Can I just do mission, like that one? I don't want to think about those things, muna. I just want to mission, like that one. I love mission, like that one. I told my parents about that one, and then my parents get mad at me that mission is not forever, Hanjing. Sooner or later you will have family. You need to think about us. We also want to meet our grandchildren while we are still alive, like that one. That's what my parents told us, and then it's quite painful also, and I so thankful, grateful that I got reminded of this, that living for the sake of others. I always emphasize to my members about living for the sake of others here while leading them. But the best way really to overcome and to learn living for the sake of others is to follow and obey, really, especially our parents, like that one. That's why, you know, to my parents, I just want to say really thankful and grateful, like that one. And yes, I will face these challenges, and I will obey at the same time. Yes, because I know that the decision of my parents is also for the sake of me, is for the sake of us, their children at the same time. And then, yeah, sorry, yeah, I just want to say really thankful and grateful for them, and thankful and grateful to Sir LA to reminding us about this. Yeah, many parents have many sacrifices in their blessing before they got persecuted. How my father worked so hard to earn the trust and love of my grandparents in my mother's side, because my father is also really suffering after they were blessed at the same time. Yes, and then I am so ignorant. I am so ignorant that I didn't know that one. Actually, I'm so lucky this era. I'm so lucky in this era. It won't be the same as that time before. The persecution, the suffering before is really so hard. You know how you need to love your spouse, but this time it's totally different. Matching blessing this time is totally different. That's why I'm so lucky. Everyone is so lucky in this time, like that one. That's why, yes, and hopefully that I could also train myself more,
love more, love the people with God's heart, like that one, love my parents. Yes, and then that's also one of the reason why I stayed here. I need to enlarge my heart. I don't want to think more. Of course, external is really important, but I need to practice my heart at the same time. I need to enlarge my heart at the same time. And then I want to make my parents proud at the same time. And yes, by making my parents proud, I could make heavenly parents, true parents proud. Because even though how much I say I love true parents, I will help through mother, I will help through father. No matter how much I will say that one, but without following my own parents, I think it's yeah, I think what I'm saying is a lie. So yes, I need to love my parents since they are also the representative of heavenly parents and true parents. To love my leaders and love my brothers and sisters at the same time. That's why witnessing fundraising is really good foundation for matching, especially just like what Sir LA said, meeting different kind of people outside. Sometimes I will meet, or we will meet the people that we really hated the most, and how we can overcome that one. Yes, it's really a good preparation at the same time. Yes, so that's why, yeah, today, and actually not just only today, but starting from, from this moment, I want to really strengthen once again my determination. Yeah, it's been a long time also. I've been reminded of this. I've been reminded of this many times already, but sometimes I got to ignore. Sometimes I don't listen. But yeah, today is really different, and it struck my heart a lot. And then I want to keep it, and then I want to make this as a strong determination that it will really last, not just only in this moment, but it will really last until I receive the blessing, and until I receive, a fruit that could make my parents proud, that could make heavenly parents proud. And then through that, I could really say that, yeah, all my efforts in mission, all my efforts in my life of faith at the same time will gain fruit and will have meaning at the same time in the end. And then it won't be fruitless to all of our efforts at the same time. Yes. So thank you so much for listening. And yes, once again, yeah, Mama, Papa, I really love you so much. And thank you so much. Really so thankful and grateful. Yeah, I love you. Thank you so much. And to all the leaders and elders who sacrificed for our parents, thank you so much. That's all. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, our precious second generation, Nao Silong and Hanjin Katigimai, for sharing your hearts for today. I could see in the Zoom that Tita Janetta de Noma is raising her hand. You want to reflect po? Please help me to welcome our Tita Janetta de Noma with a virtual round of applause.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. In reality, I really ashameable because I know many people are watching this time. I always prefer to reflect in the evening devotion, lesser people watching I saw in the Zoom. But because I was very inspired by our national leader and the second generation, I really inspired, and it gives me strength to inspire also my children. I was blessed by the Japanese brothers, and we have 4 children here in Japan. And my children also are facing much difficulties how to accept our situation, our blessing, because here in Japan, they are also facing some bullies from the school, because we are not hiding ourselves here. We really witness people in our surroundings and even their teachers we are giving books of True Father and True Mother, and they feel they're very ashameable, and they checking it in the internet, so much persecution and accusation of the True Father. But I, I, I feel they will realize later how precious is the blessing. When I met this movement, I was also persecuted with my parents, and they almost cut my allowance when I was in University of Cebu, because I was witness in University of Cebu by Kuya Rael Lavinja. He was president in CARP before in the University of Cebu. Then I was very inspired by the divine principle of the true parents. And then, because I was very inspired, I invited all my brothers and sisters, and they also attended the principal before. And when my parents knows about that, very angry. He was very angry to me, and I worry I cannot finish my college that time. But then I tried to hide it to my parents. I tried to connect and continue the activities in Clark through silence, and not telling them the truth that I continuously did it. And I never imagined that my younger sister, who is now in America, my sister Julie, much to a Mexican brother, she became a full-time ahead of me. But because of our poor situations, and we are poor in the universities, I need to go to Hong Kong to help my brothers and sisters to finish their college also in the University of Cebu. So I tried to connect myself in Hong Kong church under Atikoni, and for 4 years I finished my working visa there and been able to help my brothers and sisters. And I never imagined how God and True Parents helped me my road, my faith. When I came back to my homeland, Philippines, I did not go home. My parents don't know. I connect in HQ that time, and Kuya Edgar sent me to Antipolo to attend the 40-day seminar. And I'm very happy to meet Kuya Michael before. And I was been able to connect to Clark Center in Quiapo, and there I was matched. But I tried my best also to participate matching in Hong Kong, but it was failed because my spouse did not. And during the persecution, he ran away and not accept, and he denied the unification church. So I tried again to apply another blessing. Then I never imagined how strict the selection of the blessing, because out from of course we need to confess if we experience chapter 2 problems or something, we watch pornography, something like that, we need to confess everything to our leader. And then I also experienced like examination, something, and many papers I need to answer. And then many questions, something like, do you have sickness or disease or something? And do you have hepatitis? So, something like that. So I don't have like that. So I took no. Then later, many questions about myself, my personal information. And then lastly, I was surprised and shocked because they asked me if it is possible for you to marry to an African, a black people. Then I really shocked. Then I can imagine my husband be the black person. Then I'm very persecuted in my hometown. I I witnessed many of my classmates before, and he knows many of the Philippines, much to African. Then my auntie reacted, I don't like to have a grandchildren, black children. Then I really something like I'm dying. That kind of trials in my life. Then I have now because of my faith, and I want to receive the blessing. I need to answer yes. Then I answer yes. Then later the question is, how about if your husband no eyes, no hands, or no legs, disabled person, can you accept? Then oh my God, really, really it I don't know what shall I do. I tried to overcome the color of the skin, but this time, so I was so troubled that time. How can I bring my spouse no leg in my hometown? How can how can I convince my parents to accept him? So I pray and pray. Then later okay, Heavenly Parents, to friends, whatever you give me, I accept. No eyes, no legs, no arms. So I put yes. So everything I put yes, yes, yes. Then finish. I give it to my leader. Then my leader smiled and happy for me because he feel I already prepared for my blessing, for my matching. Then, and before that, I dream my husband. My husband, white skin. And I believe, she's not black. Maybe he's American or because, but I know he's not American because small eyes. I saw his face, small eyes and white skin. Then maybe I feel maybe Korean or something Chinese. Then I reported to my leader, and then my Ate Emeline before because Kuya Michael already president that time, so I know already changed the leader. Then Ate M's very smiling to me. Then when my match came, the picture of my husband came. She's calling me, Janet, come here. Then I said, why Ate already? You match, congratulations. Hey, really? Then when she said, is he Korean? I asked her. Then because I want a really Korean because your parents is Korean. I really pray for it. But Kuya, no. I said, hey, Chinese? Then no, it's Japanese. Congratulations. Japanese. Oh my God. My grandfather fight with Japanese before. He was military. How can I bring him to my hometown? How can I say? Then maybe you pray a lot. So anyway, I accepted. Then when I accepted, she said go to the altar and when you accept bow, then please open, and at the back there are some information of your spouse. Then when I open it slowly. I try to cover because there is a brown envelope. I try to cover the whole body. I check first the leg if she has leg. But when I saw it, she has leg. I'm very happy. Then going up, I saw his hands. So I'm very happy. He's not disabled. When I open it all, he's very handsome. I said, wow, my God give me a handsome spouse. I was very happy and tried to show it to my leader and my brothers and sisters, really exciting. And then later, I don't know where's the picture of my spouse. Already go to the brother's room. I said, where's my spouse? Where's my spouse? I'm looking for it. Then I don't know, somebody get it. Then I found out already in another because I separate the brothers and sisters room to apartments. Then I realized already. Ate Janet, is your spouse here? We also want to see your spouse. Yeah. Okay. Everybody already you saw the show. You saw it the show. Then I get the picture of my spouse, and then later my spouse tried to call me, and then my brother sister, yeah, that is really then almost every month I receive the postcard like message, and I try also to write. That time only the communication is fax, telephone, and writing letters and postcards because no cell phone at the time and no internet, no, not so on the communication. Then I was really happy. So I feel you young people, no need to worry. God knows the best for you. True parents knows the best for you. No need to choose who's your partner because I know God really number one who knows who's your spouse in the future. So don't worry. Everybody, you can accept. Okay, God, your friends to give me, but no need to thank God. I know beautiful or handsome because even though if I accept, okay, if African job, it's okay, no problem. I really try to convince myself to accept whoever spouse I receive. But God give me the best. Do you know, my husband, is a full-time member in Tokyo. I never imagined he's a full-time. He also away from her parents. When he also meet that spiritual father. Spiritual father is the one of the church leader in Japan, the Carp church leader. Then we are the same from Carp. Then God knows everything, and we are in the same age. And then our likes and dislikes also almost the same. Only the language, but he can speak English. Then so not so problem our relation. Our only problem is our parents. How to go back to our hometown. This I know when we arrived here in Japan, even his parents cannot accept us. So God give us this place of Nagano. That's why we continuously do our witnessing here because we cannot do fundraising here. We try to give books in our surroundings, even though our children really struggle a lot because they receive much persecution also from the schools. But anyway, I think God will help us to educate our children. But I only wish that everyone could truly accept whoever spouse God give you. And for the brothers and sisters who are also have difficulty for their in-laws and our parents because we are away from our home before because we follow God and the truth. And we just have our English Sunday service yesterday, and we also have sharing. Our church leader said parents and child relationship is very important. So even though if you far away from your parents before, you must go back and say sorry to your parents because your parents have also wished for your life to become good, but you away, you go to the church and receive the blessing, and they have so much pain. They have so much bitterness in the heart. So what you need is to go back to your hometown and try to pray a lot that we can accept you, and try to try to comfort them and serve them. But I'm not lucky. My parents already in spirit world, but my husband still, the mother is still living. Then we talked to my husband. Maybe we try to bow down to your mother, and maybe something will happen to our children. They will become more peaceful than this time. Then our church leader really encouraged us to go personally and try to bow down to our parents, because very no great sadness and bitterness, especially when she knows my husband amounts to a Filipina. But his grandfather also went to Philippines and fight with my grandfather. My grandfather also, soldier, second lieutenant, and really fighting for Japanese before. So there are also a kind of restoration in our family and in our nation and in the world. So it's true. This blessing is really for world peace and for the reconciliation and restoration. I think my testimony already long. Sorry, I want to say many things, but time is really short. So I'm sorry. So maybe I will finish my testimony. Thank you very much to everybody.
Yes, thank you so much, Tita Janet, for sharing your heart. Now, may I invite a staff from HQ to give us the news and announcement.
Thank you so much. Good morning to all our leaders, brothers, and sisters. For our news and announcement, first, a reminder for all our blessed families and members about the special donation for the events celebrating the 9th anniversary of the Holy Ascension of Sun Myung Moon, the true parent of heaven, earth, and humankind. So the deadline for the donation is until August 31, 2021. Tomorrow. You can send your precious donations to the following bank accounts. For dollar, to our BPI dollar account, and for peso, to our PNB peso account. Here are the list of those who have already given their donations. And next, this coming September 11, 2021, we will have the 11th Asia Pacific Yojong Chonbo special online event. The deadline for registration is until September 5, 2021. To register, please email us at hjcbfields@gmail.com or visit our Facebook page, HJ Chonbo Fields. Or you can also contact you can contact me at 0998-351-7454. And the Universal Peace Federation is pleased to invite you to attend the Asia Pacific Leadership Conference with the theme Providing Vision and Leadership for Nation Building and Peace. The program will be from September 11 to October 2, 2021. So this is a good opportunity to all our members. If you have VIPs in your community that you wanted to educate, please enroll in this program. For more information, please contact Ms. Chosen Guy at 0939-345-4668 or email at upffields.pr@gmail.com. Also from Heavenly Tribal Messiah Philippines is having the fifth 12-day special Philippines Yajong Leadership Training Program on August from August 31 to September 11, 2021, every 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. For more information, please contact our sister Mary Rose Tormes or our sister Jennifer Quasito. And also from the National Education Department, they will have the 21 days Serious Divine Principle virtual seminar starting from September 1 to 21, 2021, every 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Manila time. For inquiries, please contact Ms. Marvic Advincola. And also the Blessed Family Department invites all blessed parents and the matching supporters to the 4th Asia Pacific Parent Matching Convocation on September 18 and 19, 2021. For more information, please contact your local BFD coordinators. That's all for our news and announcement. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, HQ staff, for the news and announcement. Now, for the closing prayer, may I call on the HJYLT staff, Mr. Jerome Rabino, for the offering prayer.
Yes.
Closing prayer.
Hello po. Narinig po ba ako? Okay.
Yes po.
Okay. Let us close our eyes and please join me in my prayer. Sarangasinan hanal pumanim, changein cham pumanim, kam samida salangamida. Are the most loving heavenly parent and our victorious true parents of heaven and earth and humankind. First of all, we would like to thank you once again for this great and wonderful morning, Father, that you've given to us, especially that you make us stay alive, loving heavenly parent. This morning, we really value the guidance from our beloved Sir L.A. and the reflections and testimonies from our brothers and sisters here in HJYLT and also from our elder sister, Ate Janet. My dear loving heavenly parent, we wanted to really continue as long as we have the heart to understand more, to really love you more, loving heavenly parent. We really appreciate all what our true parents have done to us, loving heavenly parent. Up until this time, since we received the divine principle and walked this path, loving heavenly parent, of sacrifice, we were thankful, loving heavenly parent, that we really have experienced such many things in life, loving heavenly parent, to really understand your heart, Father. We thought that we really suffered a lot, loving heavenly parent, but knowing your situation, loving heavenly parent, you are the ones who suffer the most. We want to really comfort your heart with everything that we have, loving heavenly parent. Thank you so much for the sacrifices of our leaders, for guiding us, brothers and sisters, and also most especially to our beloved true parents who pioneered this path, loving heavenly parent. Once again, we wanted to really value all the things that we learn from here, especially the cultures and traditions and the value of the blessing. The main point of this morning, loving heavenly parent, we really appreciate and thankful, Father, that we understand to more your heart through this blessing, loving heavenly parent. Thank you for everything. May we could truly really continue to be determined more, to sacrifice more for the sake of this world, loving heavenly parent, to restore the humankind and to return back to your bosom, loving heavenly parent. You suffered a lot for
thousands of years. Now we are here, Father, together with our true parents. We were really determined more and more, Father. Thank you so much for everything. May all of us could really work hand in hand and we truly unite to each other, to our leaders, and to our brothers and sisters, and most especially to our true parents, to our true mother here in the physical world who really working hard this time, being a beloved parent. Thank you for everything. And once again, please bless each and every one of us and also the brothers and sisters outside and also those who sacrifice a lot loving a beloved parent. And once again, all of these things I wanted to pray and offer to you on behalf of my beloved brothers and sisters in our victorious true parents' name. Jew.
Now, brothers and sisters, let's offer our sincere unison prayer. Adieu. Now, to end our morning Hinduke, let's offer our morning greetings to Heavenly Parents and True Parents. Good morning, Heavenly Parents and True Parents. Good morning, leaders, elders, blessed families. Brothers and sisters, good morning. Yes, thank you so much, brothers and sisters, for attending this National Morning Devotion. My name is Naomi Derecho from HJYLT family. To yours, have a great morning to all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sister Naomi. Thank you so much, HJYLT, for hosting our morning devotion.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, brothers and sisters. See you again tomorrow.
Brothers and
Bye-bye.
sisters.
Bye-bye.
Namaste, everyone.
Bye.
Namaste, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a blessed Monday.
Have a great
Thank you.
day.
Everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.